These messages will resonate most with those who are on the spiritual path and doing the inner work. God, source, your spirit team, the universe, or your higher self led you here for a reason. As always, listen to the guidance with discernment. Share your thoughts, feelings, and insights in the comment section below, and subscribe if you're new. What you do in moments of stress and frustration will determine what happens next. Before I go any further, please know that you are in control of your emotions. And you own life. Life does not own you. There are some of you that are going through a lot of stress and pain, and it feels like you don't know what to do, and it's very easy to almost give up and just, woe is me. Understood. And there's a moment in time for that. And hey, feel your feelings for sure. But I need you to understand that you are able to change the trajectory of your life, of the next event, by maintaining your composure in the moment that things want to take your focus. You know, the scenario, the saying, where attention goes, energy flows. Very much the same concept. If you allow yourself to keep spiraling, then guess what? Things will keep spiraling. And I know you know that, but you got to remember that in those moments. Now, some of you have already experienced these issues already, and you're kind of seeing it again. And I need you to remember that you've already been through something like this, and that you can take what you learned about yourself and apply it to the situation. You can take your mechanisms for how to combat any stress and apply it. Understand that you can almost prep yourself, brace yourself if you know that this is going to be a stressful time of year, stressful time of the week, stressful time. What do you know works for you? Do you have those things like, oh yeah, I know when I come across XYZ, well, even better example, I know when I go in traffic, it's going to be 5 o'clock traffic. I know people can't drive. This is a very good example. It's a very practical example. I know people can't drive. I know I'm hungry coming home from work. What do I need to do to make sure I don't let the world impact my inner world, the outer world impact my inner world? Well, maybe I make sure I have a snack on the way home. I make sure I have this video playing for some self-help. Maybe I have some smooth jazz playing. Maybe I make sure I take a route that might take longer, but is less stressful, because I know that I don't want to come outside of my energy. I know I want to maintain my composure. I know that frustration can ruin the rest of my day. I know giving into heartache can ruin the rest of my night, can cause other bad things to happen. If I get out there and have road rage, and this is just an example, but it might be for somebody. If I get out there and have road rage and I'm mad and I'm already stressed out, I'm frustrated, and then I have nothing to kind of bring me back to center, I might cause an accident. I might get into an altercation. These are examples, right? So how do we bring it in? Do you know how to bring it in? And that's a reflection for you. I have my ways, or do I? You should have yours. Now, the other case could be maybe you're experiencing something that you've never experienced before. The great news is, once you go through this, you can learn about yourself. And then the next time you already know, okay, I know I never experienced that before, but this time going into it, I already know what to expect. I already know how I respond and how I react. I already know what I need to do to make sure that doesn't happen again, or that I can brace myself for kind of like the impact. I can maneuver, duck and dodge. I know how to woo-saw myself back to center. I don't have to argue and I don't have to yell with nobody. And here's the thing, you learn, and this is something I wanted to say, you learn how to control your tongue, especially if we're talking about altercations with people. And this is going to tie in a second, because I feel like some of you are starting new things, new projects that you've never been a part of before. And there's going to be people who maybe want to say some things, stress you out, start arguments. And a part of this whole thing can also be learning how to hold your tongue, being very slow to anger, being more listening, more calm, more understanding. And I know it's like, dang, do I always have to be like that? You got to think about your goal and what you want to accomplish. You got to understand that your energy is above everything else dictates your life. So if you let people get you out of pocket, then guess what? That can have a bigger effect than you know. So yes, sometimes the answer is, most of the time the answer is be slow to anger. And if you have something to say, you say it with some choice words, very tactfully, and keep it moving. But that's just an example as well. When you're going into something new, you might not know the little things, the little frustration and the stress that comes with it, but that should not stop you from going into it anyway. And hopefully you've been through something before. Like, you have some knowledge somewhere from the past that can guide you along the way and help you maintain your composure. And if you feel like you don't, you will gain it. But I'm telling you, you do. Because here's the last part of this. You are already, whatever you set out to do, whatever you are doing, whether it's practical, spiritual, business, friendships, whatever, you have already been equipped to handle adversity and stress. And I know we want to forget about all of that and say, woe is me, and oh, this, that, and the third, and they said this, and they cut me off, and oh, this traffic sucked, and all these things. But you are already wired and coded to be able to handle what life throws at you. And if you go into a situation feeling helpless, you'll just be acting helpless, and there's no need for that. Trust me when I say this. The way you're coded, the way you are made, gifted, whatever, you already have the stance that you can combat people's, I want to say sassiness, especially if you're on social media and dealing with a lot of people's comments, and you might be scared to start something on social media. Trust me, you already know how to hold your tongue. You already know how to navigate a situation or a circumstance or a conversation. Let's say you are doing something in real life and you feel like you're nervous to go out and network with people. You already have the skills of networking. You already know how to win people over. And it might be like, oh, you might have a hard client or somebody who's trying to give you a hard time. Like, you're already gifted with the gift of the gab, or you're already gifted with the protections to protect you against people who are going against you. You already have thick skin. You're already tough. And if you don't feel like you are, well, listen, that's just how life goes. Life is about growth, right? And about toughening you up, or about learning these lessons that you can carry with you in the next season of your life. I'm even was going to say in the next generation. So I even want to say that some of you are equipped with like DNA or whatever, if you want to think about it that deeply, to where, you know how the saying is, like, people or a group of people who've already dealt with adversity can handle anything. Like, you're well equipped to handle the lows of life, the roughness. Like, if life is a roller coaster, you can already handle the roughness because you already, in generations back, has already dealt with these things. If you know, you know. And so it's already ingrained in you that you can handle whatever silliness that this world throws at you. And it's already passed down through your bloodline to be able to handle these things. So please lean on that and remember that, first of all, I'm more than a conqueror is what I'm hearing. You got the victory is what I'm hearing. You're not a sucker. You're not a loser. I don't know why. You are equipped to handle the roughness of life. And I'm not saying that you can always avoid it, because you can't. But what you do in those moments is what's going to determine your next moment. And if you decide that you want to forget about all the things and all the ways that you can combat your stress to maintain your inner peace, if you forget all the ways that you've already done this before and that you can handle, if I did it before, I can do it again. If you forget all that and be victim to the moment and be taken away from your inner peace in the moment, and you forget all of that, well, that's going to be a tough lesson. And you won't forget next time. But listen, you can either create bliss or you can create more suffering, and the choice is up to you. Man, I don't want you to, ultimately though, I don't want you to not go into something because you are fearful that you won't be able to handle some of the stresses that come with it. So that's the part for my people who are going out and trying something new. But also the reminder of these mundane, day-to-day practical things that can get you out of your element. Please think about your ways to maintain your composure. And I'm just going to leave it at that, okay? How do you maintain your composure? Do you listen to good music? Do you make sure you have your good coffee on your way to work from morning traffic? Do you make sure, whatever? I'm curious to know. So leave it down in the comment section, hit the subscribe button, and follow me for more or whatever. And yes, I'll see you on the next one.